Hi, so this is the follow-on tutorial. If you didn't watch it, the previous video was around setting up a Windows machine on AWS. This tutorial will be around taking this workstation and enabling a Nvidia graphics driver to gain access to the graphics card that's on this machine. So see, this is a G4DN. That means that there's a Tesla T4 card inside it. If we just go to the control panel over here, so control panel. There you go, control panel. And you go hardware, device manager. I'll show you this one. There is a card, but it can't be seen by the operating system. Display adapters, it's not there. So how do we do this? It's pretty straightforward. On the machine, go to Microsoft Edge. Start without the data, confirm, continue. If you want to sign in, you can. I'm not going to. And start browsing. So you go inside here and you type in AWS grid drivers. The top link, you see docs to AWS. Do this one here. You want to install grid drivers. And there's two types. There's grid drivers and also there's gaming drivers. Both will work on the machines from the Nvidia site, from the AWS site. I prefer the grid drivers because they have very good compatibility with NICE DCV, which is the AWS remote desktoping tool. And I want to use the browser access to show you how to access the machine in tabs. So choose Windows operating system, and you'll see here there's a code that accesses the S3 buckets. However, this machine doesn't have S3 access. It's basically locked down. So what you need to do is you need to, and under your instance, over here, so I'm under my instance, your actions, security, modify IAM role. I want to give it the ability to read buckets. Right now it's all locked down, but it needs that because the drivers are on this public bucket. So click create new IAM role, a new tab will open up. And I say create a role over here, AWS service, EC2, because we're using EC2, so you want to give access to EC2. Next, I'm going to search for S3, and on the S3 read only access, that one over there. There you go. That's all you need. Scroll down. I have to give it a name, so let's call this demo EC2 S3 read only. You don't have to put demo in. This is what I'm naming it. Just make sure that you remember what it is. And create the role. And it's done. So now you can close this tab. Hit the refresh button over here. And then just type in demo. Demo. There you go. EC2 S3 read only. There you go. Update the role. Now this instance has the ability to run commands to access S3 buckets. So copy that. And now we need to use PowerShell. You can just use the console, but I'll show you ISE, which is you can edit scripts before you run them. And it's pretty handy if you need to change certain things, now or in the future. So make sure you load PowerShell ISE, and then we can deploy the script. So this is PowerShell. It's kind of like command prompt, just a bit more involved. You go to View at the top and say Show Script Pane. Right click, paste, and now you want to run it. The first time you run PowerShell, the run command is offline. It just takes a while to boot up. So just wait a couple of seconds, about maybe 20-30 seconds, and then it will be available to us. Okay. So it's become available, and then you click play. It's going to run the script and fetch the Nvidia drivers that were approved by AWS for this machine. You can always download them from the Nvidia site, but I would recommend get it from the AWS site just to make sure that everything's been checked and approved for the instance. And the download will go to desktop. So you'll see a folder called Nvidia, which we'll see now once it's done. The nice thing is that it's accessing from cloud. So a cloud machine to a cloud S3 bucket is it's very fast to download and move files between. And here we go. So I found the bucket, we're downloading the files. Once it's done, we'll just run the wizard installer, and then the drivers will be installed, and then we can see that we have full access to a workstation that's Windows 2022, and also has Nvidia drivers. And it's great for, like, cloud gaming, game engines, 3D modeling, any work that needs GPU behind it. And yeah, it's very, very useful. Okay, cool. So it's downloaded. And now if I go to my desktop, so desktop is in folder called Nvidia latest. There's it over there. I'll double click it. And then it will run the wizard installer. Just do OK. To agree, express recommended, go for that. And now it's going to install the drivers. Alright, it's done. So it says RTX Desktop Manager is installed. So close, and you see the bottom now is in Nvidia settings available. And if you go back to Device Manager, you'll see Tesla T4. So now this computer has GPU. Super cool. Alright, so one other thing to show is the access it via web browser. This is a very, very interesting and very useful for using multiple workstations quickly. Like you can do one build machine, one compile machine, one design machine, one gaming machine if you want to, in different tabs of your browser. How you do that is you download NICE DCV. So NICE DCV over here, you say download. You want to install the server, and download that, and we're going to install it. I forgot to just show you one other thing, is that after you downloaded the drivers, just to go back to the Nvidia install, we just have to run 2 lines of code to make sure everything's nice and running. So the first one is this line. Let's just copy that. To PowerShell, and for some reason it's not working, but it's just good just to run it to register. But this one adds the registry entry, and just click on those little squares. The reason why is that you don't want any licenses to conflict with your drivers. So if you click over here, paste it in, there you go, operation completed successfully. And what I mean by that is if you run 2 commands, Nvidia SMI. This means that the driver is installed, so you can check it out. And if you run Nvidia -SMI -Q, you'll see here, if you scroll up, there you go. RTX Workstation license expiry not applicable. That means that the driver will never expire. It's just a nice thing to do, so you can confirm everything's fine. Okay. Now back to NICE DCV. Once you downloaded it, let's just go and install it. And next, agree. It's got a USB driver, so if you're using Wacom tablets, or in my case, I was going to use a steering wheel to do a car game. it shares USB, so you can share a USB from your thin client or like your desktop at home, and you can share the USB with the cloud workstation. So don't let peripherals prevent you from using cloud, right? You can share all the USB communications. So I'll click that, so now it's all ticked, and I'll say next. Open the ports automatically, let's go for it, and do next, and then do install. Alright, so finish. Now what you need to do is we have to restart the machine for all the services for NICE DCV to start. So I'm just going to do a restart, do OK. But I'm going to go back to my machine and I'm going to filter on running. For NICE DCV to work in the browser and also with the remote client, you need to open up a port on the security group. So every program that you install, they use different ports. Some use the same ones as others. NICE DCV uses a port as TCP 8443. So if you go here and you go NICE DCV ports, just to confirm, you can see TCP port 8443. Okay, and you can also specify UDP QIC traffic if you want to. For those who know what that means, it's really good for artists. I'm just going to make a label here, NICE DCV. Okay, and that's it. So on your inbound rules, you do save rules. Okay, now the machine has restarted. So I'll go back here, running machines, go back to this. That's my public IP address. So if I click open public IP address, HTTPS, now you have to add the port. So 8443. You'll see here, these are not secure because we haven't created an SSL certificate on our machine, but I know the origin. It's my machine. So I'm going to go advanced, accept the risk. And now, administrator is the username. And the password, let's go back and let's get it. Get password, private key. There you go. Open, decrypt. Copy that. Is that. And you'll see I installed the grid drivers, so it automatically resizes the browser. If you install the gaming drivers, it does sometimes struggle to resize that. So you have to manually go in and change the resolutions that you want. That's why I prefer the grid drivers. Another really interesting thing here is that if I duplicate this tab and re-sign in, you see I got 2 sessions. I'm just going to unlock this for a second to show you something cool. If I open up Nvidia, can you see it sharing? So I've got 2 sessions open in 2 browser tabs. So if you had like a teacher or student, you could log in and take control and show someone something. Because it's browser, you can also access it on your phone, So really, really handy to have this feature for remote desktoping. And it is pretty quick. At the top here, if you go preferences and display, you can show a matrix in the toolbar and you can say save, and you can see like the millisecond response speed. So depending on where you are in the country, right? And how close you are to your regions, local zones, etc., you get faster, so lower response rates, right? The lower, the better. So for gaming, obviously, lower is better. Great, thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe. There's gonna be more videos coming. Yeah, hope it's helped you, and drop a comment if you have any questions. Thanks a lot. Bye.